What's up, what's up, what's up, guys? All right. Just sending out a note. Excellent, excellent. Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm getting prepared here for an exciting evening with my friends here. So join us. I'm hoping you'll join us on our live this evening. I want to talk about something that's quite interesting. I believe it's very pertinent. But as we're getting ready for this, I want to just remind you guys to please invite. Great things are happening for us on this side of the app, where we are constantly making changes and augmenting things and making sure that we're at a point where we're best able to serve you as our user community. So please join us and let me know as you're joining. Please give me a hi or what's up. Just shout out. Let me know where you're from, who you are, so I'll know how to better address you instead of just saying hey you. All right. So just join us and let me know you're on. All right. So far, I'm getting no one. So we're still waiting. There you go. Wow, Jules Green from Punta Cana. What's up, man? This is my accountant, my Ace Boon Coon, my number one dude all the way from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, where he moved. That was a boss move, man. Dude just moved to Punta Cana. But it's all good, buddy. I miss you, but it's all good. All right, Bossier City, Louisiana. I don't know what Bossier. It's a French Bossier, I guess. Elegant Ivy, awesome. Lynn Stewart, you're here. Hey, Ali E. These are some of our regulars. Candicia is on. Hey, what's up? It's good to see you guys. And I'm sure there's more often when I get the report, and I do get the report. There's so many more people on than actually speak, which is fine. Some people are observers, some are participators, and that's perfectly okay. I understand the human dynamic. Everybody's not willing and ready to just put yourself out there. Greetings, Jasmine. All right, let's rock and roll. I sent out a notification earlier, rather our people did, and the question was, should I give up on love? Should I give up on love? I often have these questions that come from people who have been experiencing difficulty, experiencing times that are trying and difficult. I'll share you one story. And it's one story of a young man who I talked to who said that he was pretty close to giving up on love because he met this girl that he liked and went out with her and everything was cool. And, had sit down for dinner at a restaurant. He came prepared to pay for the meal, the whole deal. And all of a sudden, hey, Shelly, after a few minutes sitting there, another gentleman showed up, sat at the table. What? Then it wasn't too long before another guy showed up and sat at the table. What they found is that she had invited 3 gentlemen on the same date at different times so she could choose which one she wanted to be with. So, of course, look, the response is, hey, look, I'm sick of this. I'm giving up on love. So the question comes up, should I give up on love? Is it in today's society? I know you might think this is only for single people, but I talk to a lot of married people also. Some stay in their marriages. Some choose not to be in their marriages anymore. They're sick of it. They feel like maybe it's not for me. Maybe love's not for me, whatever. I want to talk about that. But the first thing I want to talk about before I answer the question, and I want to hear from you, please give me your answers. Give me your comments. If you're on for the first time, you'll know that this is not a soliloquy. This is not just a message that I'm giving. I require and I expect your input. Okay. And someone said he shouldn't give up on love, just give up on her. I absolutely agree. But when someone says I'm giving up on love, what do you think they're actually saying? And what is the actual question? When someone asks the question, should I give up on love? The first thing that comes to my mind is what does that mean? I mean, what does that mean, giving up on love? Have you ever thought about that? You know, there was that old school song. Give up on love. I can't remember what, but that was a lyric in an old song. I don't know. I got a whole catalog of old songs in my head. But what does that mean? Am I giving up on love? Am I giving up on being in love? Am I giving up on people loving me? Am I giving up on my ability to trust that someone can love me? Am I giving up on women? Am I giving up on men? Ali E says they're tired of the pain that can come with it. Wow. Shelly T says maybe giving up on dating or taking a pause from dating. Absolutely. So what is it? Because when you talk about giving up on love, and I put that in air quotes intentionally, I think what people mean is that I'm really sick of the people who are calling themselves dateable or husband or wife. I'm sick of people who don't know how to love. I'm sick of people who treat people in negative ways. I mean, is that what it's saying when I'm giving up on love? I don't know if I don't want to deal with, and who said that? Someone says, Shelly, someone says giving up on the pain, tired of the pain. Ali says giving up on the pain that comes with it. That's an interesting word, pain. Because when you think of pain, normally you're thinking of something that shocks your nervous system, something that sends a message to your brain that this thing or this part of your body is in danger. That's what pain is. Pain sends messages to your brain, and the actual pain is a warning that there is something wrong. Move your hand from the hot stove. Get out of that situation. Someone says here, MAFP user, looking for love in all the wrong places or faces. Looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah, absolutely. How do you do that? How do you give up on love? How do you give up on? Are you giving up on people? Somebody tell me a situation where you felt like you wanted to give up on love. And you probably could go about this. You probably could just give me a million answers. Wendy says, what about married people? Should they give up on love? And that's a great question because, honey, you know that we've counseled so many couples who are tired of being hurt. As MAFP user. Please, MAFP user, put your name in. And when you get a chance, go into your profile and put your name in. Or any kind of handle. So we've talked to so many people who were tired of being hurt by their spouses. We're not talking about dating here. We've talked to people who are tired of being hurt. They're tired of being cheated on. They're tired of being neglected. They're tired of being taken advantage of. They're tired of being unheard. So the question is, what do you do in a marriage? Ali E asks, should we expect love to hurt? And if so, how much hurt is enough? Wow, y'all got some deep questions. That's a good one, though. Should we expect love to hurt? Love doesn't hurt. Love does not hurt. People hurt. People hurt. Love doesn't. I don't care how you define it. I have a definition that I like is that love is a commitment that we make to fulfill another person's legitimate need. That commitment doesn't hurt. But when people don't receive it or people don't respect it, that's what hurts. There's if you're a religious person, there's a biblical definition that says love is kind, love is patient, Love doesn't envy. Love doesn't boast. It doesn't raise itself up. Love doesn't vaunt itself, it says in the Old English. But love doesn't rejoice in bad things. It rejoices in good things, you know. So there's so many positive definitions of love. And none of those definitions say that love is painful. Love is kind. Love is patient. Love never says love is painful. People are painful. People are painful. Okay, say it for the folk in the back. Yes, we do all have our limits, but our limits are not limits on love. It's limits on people who don't know how to love. It's limits on people who have not grown emotionally mature enough to handle love and to give love in a way that someone can receive it. Okay? People hurt. Love doesn't hurt. And when we can get that in our mind, thank you, Kevin, for giving me your name. Kevin, sidebar, that was supposed to be my name. My mom named me Kevin, but back in the 60s, they thought that she knows she talking about, so they wrote Calvin on the birth certificate, so my name now is Calvin. But nevertheless, Kevin, I like your name. So when it comes to hurt, okay, when it comes to hurt, it's so important to understand that, I know you, Kevin. When it comes to hurt, it's so important to understand that the people are the ones who cause it. Okay? Love is nothing but a commitment. Love is supposed to bring joy. And whenever love is not bringing joy, it's the people who claim to be in love that are bringing the pain and not the joy. Okay? Yes. Yasmin says, right, tolerance. Wendy says, sometimes it's painful to fully express love to certain people, even our spouses. Well, it's not painful to express it, honey. The pain comes in when people don't receive it. Now, the only pain that comes from expressing it is the reticence or the hesitation or the fear you have of that person not receiving it. But when someone has created a space where love can be received and there's a soft place to land, it's never painful. It's joyful to express it. So again, the pain comes from those people who refuse to receive it, or those people who will take that love and hurt you with it. Because love requires vulnerability. My wife is so silly. Love requires vulnerability. Love requires openness and honesty. Okay? And so all that being said, that when it comes to love, when people are giving up on love, they're actually giving up on people. And that's a dangerous place to be. Because people are the only thing we have in this world to love and to be loved by. That's it. I know y'all say puppies and dogs, but trust me, it's a whole different kind of love. Okay? All right, Wendy, stop. Okay, let's continue. So when we talk about giving up on love, here are the reasons why people think that they feel that they might want to give up on love. One is emotional neglect. And some of you, if you can chime into this, if you've experienced it, you can chime into it. Give me a hand, give me a high five or something. Feeling unappreciated, disrespected, or unloved, or where it's not received, that can lead to a decline in romantic feelings. So there's an emotional neglect there. So a person can feel like they're not getting emotional support. So Wendy says, what do we do when we feel like giving up on our spouses? Don't. That's a simple answer. Don't. When you feel like giving up on your spouses, don't. Okay? Unless you're in a situation where there's abuse, unless you're in a situation where there's severe mental abuse. But if you're in a situation where you feel like you've lost love or you've lost that love and feeling or what have you, that can be repaired. And I'm not just some guy who just believe in bunny rabbits and Skittles and rainbows. I don't know. No. I will tell you if your marriage sucks. But I will also tell you if your marriage can be repaired. So what do you do if you feel like giving up on your spouse? First of all, don't. See what can be worked through. Anybody who has been married for more than 5 years has gone through enough hell and can relate to the fact that sometimes you got to go through hell to get to heaven. Sometimes you got to go through the tough times to get to the good times. You just have to. Okay? How do we not give up on our spouses? And I know you're not saying this for personal reasons, but how do we not give up on our spouses? Give practical steps. Okay, fine. How do you not give up on your spouse? Number one is you have to open the lines of communication. If that person does not want to communicate, if that person is shut down. I talked to someone today who just went through a divorce, and they were saying that the person just was very hurt and dealt with a lot of pain and would not open up, and that led to the demise of their relationship. But what happens here is that if you want a practical step on how not to give up, first of all, don't give up on yourself. First of all, don't understand what's in this thing. Understand that you're not giving up on love, and that person who's not loving you like you need to be loved, that there's a problem happening there. There's something going on. Okay, there's a blockage. It might be from their history, it might be from their childhood, it may be from somewhere, but there is a blockage. So we have to stop looking at people as though they're not loving us. It's something that they may intentionally not be doing, because we all want it, but some people are so blocked and so screwed and so damaged that we can't get it out. Okay, Shayla, I want to give up because not many men I meet are marriage minded, nor do they want to wait until marriage. Now, Shayla, I hear you. But the question, what I would ask you then is, if those are people that you meet, I'm going to ask you to do this. First of all, we're going to have to start meeting some different men. Okay, because there are a lot of men out there who are marriage minded. Now the question is, are these men that you want to marry? Okay, so let's start looking at what your criteria are. Okay, now there are men out there, I ain't gonna lie, a man who want to wait till marriage. Okay, it might be a little bit of stretch, but the man who loves you, it's worth waiting. Okay, that might mean that you can't be engaged for 3 years. It might mean you don't need to be engaged for 6 to 8 months if you know this is the right man. All right, because if you don't want to wait, I ain't gonna lie, I get it. But the bottom line is there are good men out there. I know we have this narrative constantly going that there are no good men, but the fact is that there are good men. Some of them simply may not be in the categories that you're looking for. They may be older. They may be of a different race. They may be of a different nationality, a different culture, okay? But there are good men out there. There are good men, okay? So don't give up. Let's expand our search, which is why we're even doing this app. Because when we launch our matchmaking portion of the app, we want to connect you with people who are values-based, connected to you, not just checklisted. All right. Okay. Yasmin. Yeah, a lot of men want babies instead of healthy relationships. Lots of ego, lack of integrity. And I would agree that there are a number of men, but I'm going to tell you something. There are men out there who don't have those healthy attitudes about relationships, and they believe that their prowess comes from making a baby. However, I think also that there's a lot of blame on both sides, because there are a lot of women out there who present with their bodies and want to just give it up. And so if you give it up, he's going to get it. So, I think that lack of integrity is I think we're talking about a human problem here. We're talking about a human problem. I never want to pinpoint that the problem is men or the problem is women. There's a human issue here. There's a human challenge. And we have to seriously understand that we have to get back to values-based dating, values-based relationships. Social media has completely and absolutely screwed us up. And it's got us looking at the wrong things. It's almost like society has changed all the price tags, and the things that are valuable are not valuable anymore, and things that are not that are not valuable is where we place all the value. A Bentley, that's not the thing. Integrity, that is the thing. A great big old house, that's not the thing. Loyalty, morality, that is the thing. But the price tags have been switched, and we have to get back to finding out who are these people with value, who are these people who are raised right. You got to expand your search. And if you're in a relationship, you have to look, you got to get yourself in front of some counseling. Okay, I hope you're getting this. I don't want to be preachy, but I hope you're getting what I'm saying. It's been 2.5 years of waiting for me, and I haven't dated in over a year. I am now in hiding, says Shayla. Shayla, I don't think you ought to be in hiding, sweetheart. I don't. I think you need to just be selective in your choosing. If you're a great person, then you're going to find a great person. Again, the dating pool has been peed in. It has. And no offense, but the Tinders have peed in the pool. The Bumbles have peed in the pool. And I'm not just saying that because we have an app that we're trying to launch. I'm not just saying that. But I'm saying it's created a hookup culture. And what we need to get back is the old school way of finding someone. By talking to them. By meeting them. By spending time with them. By not giving out all your information on the first date. By not even knowing, okay, if you got a job, that's important. But by not even delving into all those superficial things. By just getting to know people initially. And then growing on them. Okay, I feel like we can't give up on ourselves. When we concentrate on being our best selves in spite of our love lives, our best selves eventually attracts the best person for us. Let me give an example of that. I think that, my wife and I are an example because I was pretty much done dating. And I was giving up on the dating scene, and I was just in sort of a waiting place. I was just not really trying to, date anymore. I was tired of it. I'd been single for 9 years, almost 10 years, and I was just tired of dating. And it was at that point when my heart was at a point where I was sick of that. That's when I met my wife. And that's when, finally, I believe in God. So I believe that God saved that situation for me, because had it happened any earlier, it wouldn't have been right. Had it happened later, it wouldn't have been right. It was the right timing. And so I believe that very firmly that if you work on you, sometimes we can obsess over not finding the right person. Sometimes we can obsess over how bad people are, how bad men are, how bad women are, and all that other BS. Bottom line is, if you spend time working on you, talk to some close friends, talk to people who you know, and ask questions about yourself. Go through a self-evaluative process and ask, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? How good am I as a person? Am I really a good match? How can I make me better? Because the better you can make you, the more chance you will find that person who is best for you. Okay? Again, I'm not blaming the victim by any stretch of the imagination, but I do know that there are great men out there. And as you guys are talking and you're saying there are no good men out there, I'm thinking about guys. I'm thinking about men who I know are single, who I believe are incredible human beings. They're divorced. A lot of them are divorced. And believe it or not, a lot of the men I know who are divorced are not divorced because they wanted to be divorced. The majority of them, they are divorced because, wives left them. And I know them, so I know that they're not crazy. They're successful. They got stuff going on. The wives just felt, in most instances, the wives just felt like, you know what? I've been married too long. I want to experience something. They were been brainwashed by social media. They want to experience life. And so they did and lost their husbands. Okay. Candace Gore says this: my husband and I have been together for 12 years and married for 4. We met at a time when neither of us were looking, and here we are. There you have it. Exactly. And I believe in that. I believe in that. When people who are married talk about giving up on love, sometimes one thing that they say, though, and I was on this thing, I talked about emotional neglect. One thing that people say is that, that maybe we're just not compatible. Maybe we have discrepancy in values. I challenge all of you, if you're married, to go back and start looking at what your values are and start reconnecting on a values base. What is that? How do I do that? Okay, let me give you a cheat sheet. Go to ChatGPT. I'm dead serious. Go to ChatGPT and ask, create a values inventory for me. Ask ChatGPT to do that. And it will ask you questions, and you put those in, and it will help you identify your values. I don't know if it comes from aliens or what, but it works. All right. Another issue here is that people go through is unresolved conflicts and make them feel like they want to give up on love, where they're not resolving their conflicts. They're letting stuff build up, and after a while you start resenting each other. And resentment is almost like cancer in your relationship. You cannot let stuff build up. You have to either let it go or resolve it quickly. Okay, but these are some of the reasons that people choose to give up on love. But my message to you today is don't. Someone says, well, what if you want to give up on your marriage? First of all, don't. Outside the cases of abuse, outside the cases of verbal or severely physical abuse or drug usage or any of those outlier type situations, if you're just having trouble communicating, you got to communicate, because getting through that is actually going to build your marriage and make it stronger. Okay? Giving up on it is only going to set a precedent of failure. And that precedent will follow you into the next situation, the next relationship, what have you. And you're setting yourself up for perpetual failure. I'm going to tell you like it is. Okay. What makes you want to stay? What makes you want to stay is the fact that you've committed to this person. Think of it like your children. My children drive me crazy. Sometimes they make me sick. Okay. But the fact of the matter is, I'm not going to walk away from them. I'm not going to give up on them, because I've committed to loving them. My commitment to love them, your commitment to love your parents, your commitment to love anyone that's that close to you should be unwavering, irrespective of what they do for you. That's what makes you stay. That's what makes you stay. Okay. The fact that you've made a commitment, it's an intellectual commitment. It's not based on emotion. It's based on what you know. I'm staying because this is what's right. I'm staying because I know that if we get through this, is going to make us stronger. And Wendy, you keep asking for practical steps. If you have some, please write them down, okay? But, some of the practical steps actually, are to, your mindset. Communicate. We talked about vulnerability. Sit down, cut the TV off, and talk. Talk about why you feel the way you feel. Be honest. Listen. Let the one person talk. Let one person listen. Listen, not for rebuttal. Listen for understanding. Okay? Sit down and talk about it. Find out, why am I in this situation? Thank you, Candace. Make goals for your marriage. I suggest that you sit down and determine, what do we want to accomplish in this relationship? Whether you're married or single, if you're dating somebody, find out, what is the goal of this relationship? What is the goal of this marriage? And it ain't to be happy, because happiness is not a goal. A goal must be specific. It must be measurable. It must be attainable. It must be relevant. And it must be time sensitive. Happiness is not that. Happiness is not time sensitive. You might be happy today and sad tomorrow. What is your goal? What are you accomplishing as a couple? And I found that statistically, couples who have something that they're doing together get along better. But couples who are just existing and we just trying to be happy, you don't even know how to be happy. Have a goal for yourself. And as you reach those goals, happiness will come as a result of that. As you reach the next goal, you'll be happy about that. And your life now is just a matter of just reaching goals. Sit down and do something with your marriage. You have an incredible opportunity as two people to create something. These are two brains working together. You can do something with your lives. Do it. You want to stay in, not give up? Don't. All right? All right. That's it. Okay. Well, my commitment is bigger than your asinine behavior. What? And who determines how bad your behavior is? Maybe I'm the one who needs correction. Honey, I don't know. You woo my commitment? Honey, you say that again. A fact. It takes work from both parties to have a successful marriage. Woo my commitment is bigger than your asinine behavior? Why? And who determines how bad your behavior is? Maybe I'm the one who needs correction. Okay. I think I know where you're going here. You're saying that your commitment is bigger than the person's behavior. Yes, absolutely. And and you have to be introspective and make sure that you're the one. First of all, look at yourself before you look at your spouse. Okay. It's okay. Right. Exactly. All right, guys, that's it. Our time is up. Our time is far past. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending time with me. Let's get together again on Thursday at 7 o'clock. It's a date. We'll be talking. Bring somebody. Let's talk it out. Let's find out. Tonight we talked about giving up on marriage, giving up on love. Next week, if you have any questions or what have you, post them and we will answer those questions on Thursday night. God bless you. It's a pleasure spending this time with you. Join the movement. Tell others to join this marriage movement. Download the app. We're moving forward. Join our mentoring manhood group. It's going to be phenomenal. And get ready because we have an 8-city tour that's about to happen. God bless you guys, and we'll see you Thursday night.